there as the 30 board goes up.
They've done an amazing job to make this track look as good as it did yesterday. This was a mess.
250 Moto 1 from Budds Creek, Maryland, and we are off and running. And the familiar number 14 bike of Kevin Wyndham goes right to the front of the pack. Ricky Carmichael bogged down just a little bit in the back. And as they come through the chicane, it looks like it will be Kevin Wyndham, your leader.
And he has led just about every race this year. All but about one moto he's led. And of course, he's going to be able to get some good results. He hasn't been able to get up there and continue on pulling a lot away with so much going down the straightaway back there to reach up and pull a tear off in a wheelie under full power as he puts a block pass on LaRocco. I mean, Ricky, he does so many things. It's like, it looks subtle, but it's so hard to do. Right after that, to be able to put a pass on LaRocco, you know, it's not that easy to do, but Mike, for some reason, decided to leave the door open there. And
yeah, looking very good right now. Roncada having some pressure, and there he makes a slight mistake.
Yeah, Stefan had to make it tough for him. He wasn't blocking him. He was just going hard and doing whatever it took to hold on to second place. He would love to be able to get up in there and battle with Kevin Wyndham and try to take the lead before Carmichael can catch up to these guys, because judging from his record, once he catches up to you, it's over.
Well, that would be huge for Suzuki and Roger DeCoster if Stefan Roncada could podium here in the first moto from Budds Creek. Rick
to win. But look who he's got to get by. Oh, big swap by Ferry. I did that one time in Europe, going down a fast straightaway on a 500, and I broke my wrist. That was a violent swap and a good save by Timmy.
Timmy Ferry is all over the back of Kevin Wyndham, your leader here in Moto number 1. That's number 21, Stefan Roncada, riding the Suzuki. And then it's number 4, the current overall leader, Ricky Carmichael. And look at this. David, I have not seen them so bunched up like this for a long time. Your top 4 are just running away with this moto.
I love it. This is great. Oh, Timmy just caught Kevin off guard. Kevin looked and he's like, oh, what did I leave that door open for? He knew it was too late. He just had to wait.
On board the Yamaha, Timmy Ferry, number 15. Then Kevin Wyndham, and Carmichael makes a move. So Ricky Carmichael, top 3. Stefan Roncada drops to 4th.
Yeah, good move by Suzuki to get Stefan in the 250 class. I feel like he's strong on both bikes, the 125 and the 250, but possibly a little stronger on the 250. Plus, he's excited. He's like, hey, I get to ride in a new class. He got a start. He couldn't be happier, but these guys are starting to get away from him now.
Timmy Ferry out in front, leading Moto number 1. Kevin Wyndham, who got the whole shot, sits in 2nd, and Ricky Carmichael, now coming on, sits in 3rd.
See all the different lines coming over there. Kevin using the outside. Really be too creative in trying to figure out a way to get back up to Timmy and try to put a pass on him.
Well, I've always wondered what's harder, holding Ricky off or passing Ricky. Stefan Roncada right now sits in 4th place right behind Carmichael. He will try to get a look at some of Carmichael's lines, possibly get back in the podium position. Here's Carmichael making a run on the inside, and Wyndham once again leaves the inside door open.
And here comes Roncada to ride through it. So Kevin, I mean, he's off right now. Really surprised me to see that, he got him back. It surprised me to see that on a track where he's been so successful, so much of the hype saying, oh, wait till Kevin Wyndham gets to Budds Creek. That's a race he can win. Now he's going to need to change some things, change some lines, and be a little bit more aggressive in order to run with Ricky and Timmy Ferry out front. Ferry was really fast at Southwick last week, and probably some extra motivation from going down to the first or the second corner, having to come from last. A great ride to come from behind, but he still had to watch this guy win another one, and he has something to say about it today.
Ricky Carmichael currently sitting in 2nd place. He is the overall point leader. Carmichael fully committed to that inside line. Here he comes again as they both slam on the brakes. Ferry gets out of there a little bit quicker. Carmichael takes a look over to his left to see where Wyndham is. And it's a 2-man race right now. It's going to be Ferry and Carmichael. And David, thoughts of Salt Lake City and the Supercross circuit come to my mind.
Yeah, you know, you don't want to see any weird stuff between these two guys, but there's a history of them not really digging each other and assuming the worst in each other, their intentions, which may not have been the case, but I don't know if they're really talking it through either.
Carmichael right there matching Ferry's line, goes very hot to the inside and tries to make a run on him, but Ferry's 4-stroke just hooks up a little quicker.
See, Ricky's got to be so smart right here. The only way he can hang with that 450 is because that Honda is so fast and he is so light. And he's smart. He's able to take really good lines. He just chopped off that corner back there down at the bottom of the hill and saved so much time. But every time he comes out of a corner, that 450 gives him a face full of dirt and just roosts away. So he's got to be really creative and extra aggressive to get around.
Ricky Carmichael all over the back of your leader, Timmy Ferry, on board the Yamaha. This is 4-stroke against 2-stroke. Yamaha versus Honda. And what a great battle the fans here at Budds Creek are being treated to. Let's check in with Cameron Steele.
Steve, it looks like Red Dog's got some fire inside today.
Yeah, definitely. I think he's motivated. He knows he can run up front, and hopefully he can pull away.
We know he had some words with his teammate Chad Reed. Is there some bad blood in the semi? Is that what's maybe pushing him on today?
No, everybody loves each other, Cameron. Thanks.
Oh, Steve is so funny. I love being around those guys, and of course, with helping Billum and some, I get to see Steve behind the scenes, and he keeps things light over there. And there's not really a reason to pull out any kind of bad blood between those two guys. They're teammates. I see them get along just as much as I've seen them, just unhappy with each other. But as long as it doesn't get destructive to where they're both doing terrible,
right,
and there's nothing wrong with that. We had it at Honda. I've mentioned that in other shows, and it worked good for us.
And how about Cameron Steele asking the tough question?
Yeah, well, Cameron, that's why he gets paid the big bucks.
Exactly. Your leader, Tim Ferry, number 15 on board the Yamaha. In second place, Ricky Carmichael. Carmichael starting to fade just a little bit, David, and you talked about it earlier. Michael trying to reel him in. And Ferry is doing a masterful job of holding off Carmichael, David.
And you know what? Besides the fact Timmy's riding really well, the way the track has developed, it's hard-packed and slick everywhere except when you get to the berm. But the berms are so soft, you can't just go in and hit them hard. Some of them you can. Ricky hit this one really hard the first lap. But most of them are soft, so what you got is a hard-packed surface, and I believe that 4-stroke of Timmy is just hooking up a little bit better. If he starts to get sideways and needs a little bit of that berm to keep him getting all the way sideways, you can go out there and tap it and have a little bit more torque to pull him out of that soft stuff. But Ricky is really fighting it. He's fighting the roost as well. He keeps wiping his face, and the way he's doing that, it doesn't look like he's pulling a tear off. I don't know. It's hard to see up close, but look at being directly behind that bike,
right,
getting that roost. Besides the fact that it hurts, you can't see anything. There he goes again. He wipes it a little bit.
And he's not getting a tear-off, which leads me to believe that he maybe had pulled up all his tear-offs on one of the last laps.
Well, Oakley's got a really great system to where there's 7 tear-offs all together, and it's like 1. So you can put on 4 tear-offs, it looks like 4, and there's 28 of them. And, to pull them all off at once is pretty frustrating, especially in the situation he's in.
Here comes Carmichael again, all over the back of Timmy Ferry. Ferry, your leader, number 15. Carmichael on the left. Number 4 sits in second place. And Ricky's showing a bit of patience right here, just trying to find the right line, but credit to Timmy Ferry doing an outstanding job.
So yeah, you got to go out and hit that soft stuff.
Oh! Carmichael goes down.
Yeah, that's tricky. All that hard pack stuff, it's got little grooves in it. It's like riding on ice. Good thing they got that bike lowered.
Oh,
so
man.
he wasn't going to get back on it. There's Kevin. Now while he's trying to get sorted out, you get Kevin and Ron Cotta and those guys going, hey, maybe we can attack him right now while he's weak and trying to get sorted out. This is great for Timmy. He should be able to win this race.
Timmy Ferry, your leader by more than 10 seconds. And I'm sure when he comes around, the pit board's going to have something. As we look at this accident one more time, Carmichael just looks like he washed out, David.
And he starts to get sideways in the front wheel. That's weird. The rear wheel caught into the groove. You can see that groove behind him, and it just made him go the opposite direction and point straight into the berm. I know that caught him off guard. He was still looking where he wanted to go, but the bike didn't want to go that way.
Look how smart Carmichael is, though. Gets to the bike quickly, pulls in the clutch, makes sure it doesn't stall. But if that had stalled, he'd had major problems on that hill.
Well, he would have been maybe in 4th place right now. As it is, he got up so fast, now he's in a position to still win the overall. Something's hanging off the back of Timmy. I think that's packing maybe coming out of the silencer. I can't think of what else it would be. There's Cliff White, Team Honda manager, Tim Ferry's dad, and then Bevo. Ricky is pretty close again, and I think that the power is a little bit of a problem. That huge silencer on the 4-stroke is tuned, so it's got to be so dialed in, and with that packing coming out of it, he's losing a little bit of power. So now the playing field is a little bit more level with the 250 versus the 4-stroke, and Timmy's just going, give me the white, oh, there it is, the white flag, please. Get this over with. You had to deal with all that pressure in the beginning, and you hate to deal with it on the last lap.
So Timmy Ferry takes him into the white flag lap. Carmichael beginning to come into view. Ricky Carmichael just may run out of time, and what a great moment it'll be if he does hold him off for Timmy Ferry. Think about all the times he's chased Ricky, all the times he's finished second. This will be his chance. Persistence definitely does pay off for Timmy Ferry.
And his dad.
Number 1, and Timmy Ferry is bringing it home.
You can hear Ricky back there. Ricky is trying so hard. He's over jumping everything. Yeah, he doesn't care how hard he lands as long as it's faster. He's doing all that he can, and you can hear the difference in Timmy's bike now. It sounds like a turd out there. It sounds horrible. I know that it's bothering him, even if it's not affecting the horsepower that much. You know, it was affecting him much more. Ricky would have had him by now, but it really messes with your concentration.
Timmy Ferry's hoping the whole thing holds together for the last few moments, and here it is. Timmy Ferry on board his Yamaha. Looks like he's going to pull it off. Carmichael right there. We got another rider down in the middle. Ironically, a Yamaha rider goes down in front of Ferry. Ferry able to get around him quickly. He makes 2 more turns, David. It's all his.
That had to be a bit of a panic for all the Yamaha guys on the hill watching that Yamaha rider come out of that blind spot and crash. But Ricky, both these guys have done a heck of a job this moto, but can definitely congratulate Timmy. Maybe it's a little early to be doing that, but he's only got a couple corners to go now.
Well, Ricky Carmichael's done a great job of putting himself in position to still win the overall. Looks like he will finish second. And Timmy Ferry picks up a huge win, a big momentum push for him as Carmichael continues to dog him, but he will run out of real estate. What he calls Alligator Alley. And the 30 board is sideways. We are set to go. Moto number 2. The definitive moto here from Budds Creek, Maryland. And look at Carmichael. What a great line. Huge pile up in the back. It's a massive sig alert. And that is going to take out about a dozen riders right off the bat.
And Wyndham, Brian Clark just getting going. Wyndham looked like he high-sided off the back of somebody, and that just started a whole domino effect.
And bad news for everyone else.
Look who comes out smelling like a rose.
You know, we had this conversation the other day. He may not be the fastest rider all the time, but I believe Ricky Carmichael is the most opportunistic.
Just always in the right place at the right time. Still no Tim Ferry. Chad Reed going by. So there goes the overall for Timmy.
And Carmichael, if he could hold on to win this second moto, David, he picks up yet another overall.
Another good one for Nathan Ramsey, who's just trying to claw his way back to the front, but I'm impressed with Ron Cotta. All those 4-strokes out there, jumped on a 250. Not that much practice on it. He knows how to ride one, but still, he's not totally dialed into that bike, and to pull off 2 great starts and run up front. And that's awesome for Stefan, and I'm happy for DeCoster over at Suzuki, who's had such a tough couple of seasons with that team.
So right now, it's the Hondas going 1 and 2. Carmichael out in front. Nathan Ramsey sits in second, and in third, number 21, is Stefan Roncada. And I have a feeling that Fox gear is going to stay mighty clean here in moto number 2.
What a move by Roncada.
He likes the 250. You can tell.
Yeah, they just stopped as fast as the 125. I think he had to make that pass. It was clean enough. He didn't knock Ramsey down. He wants to run with Ricky, or at least as close as he can. Learn a little bit, try to get into that rhythm, figure out some of the lines he's taken, how long he leaves it on into the corners, how early he gets back on it. That's just going to help him so much in the races to come.
Keep your head on a swivel when you come to these races. Meanwhile, Ricky Carmichael looking fresh and clean out in front. Stefan Roncada, though, number 21 on the Suzuki, trying to reel him in.
Beautiful traction. Came out of that corner and just carried the front wheel about 2 inches off the ground all the way down that straightaway. Pulling away from third, staying close to Ricky. And Ricky's no stranger to having Roncada on his tail before. Actually, at the opening round last year at Glen Helen, Roncada actually reeled him in a little bit. But I think Ricky feels confident that before the end of this race, he's going to be able to put a little bit more distance on Roncada and secure this win and the overall.
So it's a 2-man race here. Budds Creek, Maryland, moto number 2, the Yamaha National. It's a Honda dominating right now with their rider, number 4, Ricky Carmichael out in front. Number 21, Stefan Roncada, sits in second place. Roncada got a 4th in the first moto, so he is looking good for a possible podium visit. And we haven't seen not a banner day for Timmy Ferry.
That was the fire coming out of that silencer.
That's like Batmobile material, and it's not even intentional. And he's having all kinds of problems. Look at what precipitated this incident.
Well, he's just trying to square that corner, trying to come through the pack. Oh, just got into a wheelie. His front wheel hit Johnson. Inside, outside, working him and making fun, taking paint.
Chad Reed now going to the outside one more time. Ernesto really, he's got it pinned all the way in. Comes in hot. Here comes Chad Reed on the inside. Champ, you call it. They come together. A slight bump. No harm, no foul. Ernesto maintains his hold on 5th place. Chad Reed, though, is not backing off. Goes to the inside, forces it just a little bit, and makes the pass.
What a nice move. See that inside berm. He got in there, just jumped out of that rut. Ernesto trying to do so. Oh, no. That was a mistake by Chad. And Ernesto, that's one reason he never fought.
There's your running order. Back to Budds Creek in a moment. Welcome back to Budds Creek, Maryland. Your leader, Moto number 2. Number 4, Ricky Carmichael out in...
About the track. Never complained. But, you know, he's nowhere near Ricky like he was in Supercross. And I know it's bugging him. You know, he's not just going, well, I had a pretty good Supercross season. It's my first outdoor deal. And, you know, hey, I'm doing the best I can. No, that's probably... I watched Nathan walk. He's still limping pretty bad.
Come on! Back your connection, boys. Cheering Kevin on. No more Mr. Nice Guys. He makes a pass on Nick Way.
What a
Kevin
ride.
Wyndham moving up to 4th place. This is amazing.
He was laying in the first turn.
Uh-oh. Nick Way's got problems, and whenever you see white smoke coming out of there, he's got issues.
Yeah, that thing over.
Champion, what's worse, crashing at the start of the race or crashing so close to the conclusion?
Well, you like to be in the race and be up front, have a chance, but, you know, then we don't get any points. You're like, you know, if that was going to happen, why'd I even go out there? But, you know, you look at it as training experience, and it's just unfortunate. And I should look at Ricky looking for 2nd place. You have to look a while. But I would have never thought that was the clutch. A lot of riders are having that problem in Southwick, having to loosen the adjustment because they kept getting tighter. But, no, it looked like the engine seized to me with all that smoke pouring out. Ricky could have written this down in an envelope.
Unbelievable.
Here's what's going to happen in the 2nd moto, everybody.
Ricky Carmichael scanning the horizon for some competition. He's not going to find it on this lap. Carmichael running away with Moto number 2 here at Budds Creek, celebrating for the fans, and Ricky Carmichael will be the overall winner. Look at him. He's looking for someone to race against.
It's hard to say what he's looking at. He's probably looking at who's in 2nd or what the battle is, wondering what his points lead is going to be after this moto, because it's probably going to be over 50 points, and he'll have a whole race lead.
So number 4 out of Havana, Florida, Ricky Carmichael, the overall leader, will pad that lead by so many points, David, that it's going to be a situation where can anyone catch Ricky Carmichael?
Well, he's looking back as he takes the win.